Former Atlanta police officer Garrett Rolfe will face a judge for the first time today in connection with the death of Rayshard Brooks. This is Rolfe's mugshot after he turned himself into police yesterday. He is now being held without bond on felony murder and 10 other charges. Now, Rolfe's attorney says he's confident that once all the evidence comes out, his client will be vindicated. Mark Strassmann is in Atlanta with more on that story. So, Mark, what's the next step here?
Good morning, Gail. Right after former Officer Rolfe was booked for felony murder, he was transferred to a different county jail. The death penalty is now off the table in his case, and his arrest has sent waves of resentment through the police agency he used to work for.
CBS News cameras captured former Officer Garrett Rolfe arriving at the Fulton County Jail. That's him wearing the baseball cap. 48 minutes later, he was booked for felony murder. Hours earlier, the other charged officer, Devin Brosnan, posted bond and left the jail. He faces charges of aggravated assault and violation of oath. Brosnan's attorney, Don Samuel.
You know, you're going to charge a police officer who's giving CPR and putting anticoagulant in the wounds and compression bandages. You say, well, you didn't do it fast enough. We're going to charge you with a felony for that? Come on.
But District Attorney Paul Howard is adamant he did not overcharge either officer. He says after the shooting, Rolfe kicked Brooks and Brosnan stood on his shoulder.
After Mr. Brooks was shot, for some period of 2 minutes and 12 seconds, there was no medical attention applied to Mr. Brooks.
Officer Brosnan spoke out for the first time since the shooting. He recalled his initial interaction with Brooks.
I felt he was friendly, he was respectful, I was respectful to him, and I was really just there to see what I could do for him and make sure that he was safe.
As for what comes next,
I'm looking forward to cooperating with any investigators who are interested in having a conversation about what happened that night.
Rolfe fired 3 shots. 2 hit Brooks in the back. 1 bullet strayed and hit a car waiting in the Wendy's drive-thru. Michael Perkins was riding in that car.
I witnessed the murder. I almost was killed myself.
In response to the charges, some Atlanta officers are reportedly calling in sick. The city says the department is still able to respond to all calls.
Police departments are feeling very challenged at this time.
Atlanta's interim police chief Rodney Bryant says the no-shows are not coordinated, but some officers are unhappy with the charges.
Some are angry, some are fearful, some are confused on what we do in this space. Some may feel a bit.
A shaken department and a shattered family, the family of Rayshard Brooks. His funeral will be next Tuesday. Anthony?
Mark Strassmann, thank you, Mark.